Good morning and welcome once again to the career journey. And I'm so glad to reconnect with all the audience who have joined us today. In today's podcast, I'm going to pick up a topic which is very dear and close to my heart, and that is women returning back to work. While we took the term women because it covers all the ladies who've taken a break from work for whatever reason. However, a majority of us who have had moments where we've had children, our breaks have been longer, and often it comes with a lot of reflection on what am I doing with my life. And that is why I thought it's important to address this very fundamental concern, a cause of depression also to a lot of young moms and mothers who have young children who've been wanting to come back to work and they don't know how, when, and is it right for me? And there's a big moral compass that is operating in their life that, should I leave my children behind and get back to work? What if nobody takes me back? I don't have the required skills. I've lost on time. So I wanted to debunk some of these myths, theories, or stuff which you may have heard from a lot of people, friends, or colleagues who are currently at work, and they may be giving you a lot of insights and you may be interpreting it in your way. So, as a mom and someone who's had a few career breaks, and I would use the word break in quotes because I would want all of us to understand and accept and acknowledge the fact that life happens. And we are part of a larger social system. We have responsibilities, we have families, we have our health issues, we have responsibilities that go beyond our work life. So, work life is one part of who we are. And therefore, whenever I speak to ladies and women who have been on a break, I tell them, and something which I have also learned and built along the way was to have supreme confidence in your situation. If you yourself have self doubt and you have reservations about your own status, trust me, the world will interpret it the same way. So please have a lot of confidence in justifying your break from active office life. And office life is why I use this term, is because the 9 to 5 or 9 to 9, that does not define professional life for everybody. Everybody's professional journey is very different, it is defined differently. So please don't compartmentalize yourself into an office life which starts in the morning and gets over in the evening. So, as I said, be very confident in justifying your break from career. Whenever you are going for an interview and you're resuming or going back to work, as I mentioned to you, that self doubt will be very, very visible within a few seconds. And therefore, to address that, it is very important how you have managed that break time that you took. It could be a couple of months, it could be a couple of years, it could be a decade or even more. It's absolutely fine. We have a lot of people who have been on break for about 10, 15 years as well. And it is easier for the ones who have utilized that break constructively in building themselves than the ladies who have not taken any initiative to work on their self development. And in today's podcast, I would like to dwell a bit on self development and what are some of the things that you can do to keep yourself relevant in the job market whenever you plan to rejoin. The first one is please do a lot of reading. And yes, I mean the good old reading of reading the newspapers, the financial magazines, anything that is in your space of industry, in your skill. Please do a lot of reading, understand what is the most trending feature happening in your sector. So do a lot of reading, therefore, a lot of research. in your space, in your sector. You should be knowing which are the upcoming industries, which are the sectors which are hiring, what's the latest challenge, what are some of the HR challenges, what are some of the leadership issues. Those are things which you need to know. And therefore, the products, the services, what's been the innovation. Please keep yourself abreast with what's happening in your sector and industry. And in this day and age of technology, you have access to information literally at the touch of the screen. So please utilize that. The third thing, which I think is the most important, is networking. Please don't lose this time to disconnect yourself from the outside world. Yes, it happens that, when we've just become a mom or we are mothers to young children, we feel I don't have anything to do with the outside employable world or people who are in job. My total focus needs to be on my children and everything around them. Absolutely, that should be your priority, but that does not mean it should dissuade you from connecting with people who are not parents. And I don't mean that just talking the parental talk, but they're also talking about things which are happening at work, in the industry, who can add value to your knowledge. So please network, go out and meet people in your spare time when your children are in school, or just 1 hour or 30 minutes if there's a caregiver at home who can help you take out that time for yourself. The next area which I'd like to suggest is, do take up small projects in your domain or any other interest that you have. It could be even in areas of, say, philanthropy, voluntary work. You want to take up something in the arts, or simply you may want to start something small of your own. Please explore those options. Get started with very, very small projects where you're just probably even shadowing somebody. Shadowing works beautifully for a lot of people who have taken time off, especially for ladies who can work from home. And now we also have work from home options. There are multiple projects that help you manage your time effectively. So when you're shadowing somebody, you're also learning and gaining experience. The last bit is, of course, training yourself in the latest technical and even soft skills. But technical skills, I would put a bit more weightage there, because the speed and pace at which skills are evolving every 6 months, 1 year, in every industry and sector at this point of time, you need to keep up with the pace. So please invest yourself in training programs. There are many online programs and actual on campus also. I do understand a lot of ladies cannot really step out and do an on campus. So please explore the online options that are available. All of this needs to be documented in your CV/resume. All this work is relevant. All of this is jobs you have done, you have picked up. And even women who have not done any of this and who have been just at home taking care of their children, please do not hesitate in putting on your CV taking care of children or being a mother to your children. And I've had an incident where, I've actually told somebody that I was investing that time in raising the next generation of human resources. Yes, I have done that. Trust me, it was met with positivity, because it's the confidence that you need to have. As a mother, you're actually investing in raising a generation which is capable and emotionally sound. So please don't undervalue your role as a mother. You don't need to always be employed somewhere. So it's the confidence, which is what I mentioned, that needs to showcase across. However, coming back to the work or the projects that you've undertaken, this needs to be showcased from an impact point, which means either it was impacting you in your development, by which I meant the training programs or some of the research that you did and how you were gaining industry knowledge, or it could be outward impact where you were impacting clients or any other audience as part of your work. So please show the impact on your CV. What your CV should show is who you are. a well rounded individual who has always reversed a situation in her favor and has learned or is willing to learn. You have been resilient and have always identified solutions or opportunities in whatever situation that has come your way. And that is what people want to see, that is what interviewer wants to know about you. Coming from this, I would also mention it also reflects on how you have used your technical skills in all the projects that you have undertaken. Please understand the skills that you have, how you have applied it on these independent projects is a connection or correlation which you will have to make, and it has to show on your resume. So please understand that your skills are not reserved to the job that a company hires you for, but also how you have been applying it in the varied roles and opportunities. Coming now to the most important part of your transition journey is the job search itself. You need to build your CV, as I said, with all the experiences. Do not hide any stint that you have been part of. You need to list your technical and soft skills. List all the learning and trainings that you have undertaken. Don't think and self decide, oh, this is relevant or that's not relevant. Everything is relevant because your CV also will be an updation on your LinkedIn profile, which helps you connect with the alumni or alma mater of that particular institute and helps you in your network. The most fundamental piece of advice which I would certainly like to give is please be open to a variety of job opportunities and do not restrict yourself to your specific domain and industry and thinking that, you know what, I had this job at that point of time 5 years ago, 10 years ago. I only need that all over again. If I don't get that, I'm not interested. Please come out of that time zone. That time has gone, it's over, you're coming back into the market. The idea is to help you re enter the job market, help you reposition yourself as a potential candidate. So take up a role that does align with your basic skills. And of course, other factors are equally aligned, but please be open to adjusting back into the new times that you are entering. If that doesn't happen, have a plan B in place, please. And by plan B, I simply mean that continue doing your projects or a startup that you have started or something which you may have partnered with a friend, an acquaintance, and you both want to get started, or your own passion or philanthropy, whatever you're doing. Please continue doing that. Think deeply on how you will probably monetize that in your favor and help you grow further. The most important repeat of one of the points is networking. I strongly urge everybody to go and physically meet people, go and network with your past colleagues, your friends, and even relatives. And please don't hesitate in sharing or discussing your plans to return to work and that you would like any kind of lead or support that they can give from a pure career advisory point. Do not ask for jobs because people don't have jobs immediately. But when you're talking and you're discussing about yourself, it always gets planted in the mind that, I can potentially help her through some lead. And if that person is talking to somebody, you are there at the back of their mind that, I have somebody who I can refer to. Why don't you meet that person? Therefore, which brings me to, the most important piece as well is that try getting a mentor for yourself. So any of your past colleagues or your senior managers who you've been in touch with, and therefore please stay in touch with everybody, connect with them for a coffee, for a meetup, and check how they can give you insights and advice on your next career move or what they can help you learn so that you can make your chances of a comeback better and stronger. Last but not the least is, and I think that's the most important and fundamental piece of advice is self-help. Please take care of your physical and mental health at all times. Do not leave yourself into not thinking of I'm not good enough, and it shows on your health. So very important that please sleep well, have a good diet, take care of your physical health, exercise every day. I don't need to elaborate on that, but if your health is not with you, it will show in your focus and in your entire energy towards coming back to work, and it'll also be visible when you're talking to somebody. So please take care of yourself. That's very, very important. And is further, cemented by a more deeper reflective strategy which you can adopt for yourself is self awareness. And we'll probably get into the details more on that in one of our next podcasts. But self awareness is very important because it helps you draw an entire map of yourself, which is defined by your purpose, what are your strengths, and how do you manifest your goal. So it is very important really to start with that. But before we move into that, it's very important that you gain the confidence, the courage, and have the resilience to come back to work. I think we will stop our podcast here. Uh, in case there are any questions that you'd like to pose, please let us know. We'd be happy to answer. And if you want to connect with us to assist you for your career journey and would like to share your thoughts and maybe seek complete help in repositioning your candidature back into the market, please feel free to reach out to us at connect@myra.pro, CONNECT, @mayra.pro, and we will get back to you. Thank you so much.